Hey guys, it's just Rilikb here, and hey, I just completed another month of logging. Yay. Haven't been on here for a while. I just actually recently bought the expansion Heart of Thorns, which, by the way, is awesome. I'm actually going to get the Ascended crafting materials. Fuck. Thanks, asshole. I'm not going to destroy that. Ooh. Sure. Let's go with the gold find. Just getting my inventory sorted out here. I know I've got a little bit. Let's see, bladed breastplate. That's heavy. Yes. Yes. Anyway, I just recently got the Heart of Thorns, and I've played my Necromancer for the Reaper profession, but I've only done it in PvP. I haven't really done anything PvE with my Necromancer. I'm hoping to bring y'all some videos about that pretty soon, but it's going to be slow going because at the moment I'm going to be completely focusing on the Revenant, which here he is at the moment. He's not fully ascended out. I've only got one ascended weapon form. I've still got to make the other ascended weapon, and the only few, I mean, they don't really even match up, but I'm going for more of a Berserker's build right now until I can get the Knight's build from my Ascended, and then I'll be going and getting the Ascended rings for the Knights as well as the earrings. The only one that I've got right now is the I think that is the stats for Knights. Power, precision, toughness, power, toughness, vitality. Okay, so it's not Knights that I need. I think I might have fucked up, guys. I think I might have fucked up. But anyway, I'm going to be going for Knights is what I'm going to be building them towards. Instead of the Berserker's power, precision, and ferocity. And I mean, the only one that doesn't really match up right now is my Plague Idol, but it kind of works out with my Demon stance right now because the Demon stance is all about condition. Well, it's not all about condition, but it deals mainly with conditions. It does a good bit with conditions. And right now with the build that I'm using, it's actually pretty good, and I'm going to be going into that while I roam around into Verdant Brink. Whoopsie. Oh, that was a good block. And I'm actually using the staff right now. So, oh, I just dodged that, didn't I? I am in the wrong. I just logged in and I haven't gotten into my groove yet. Just to go into this real quick, with the build that I'm using, your main damage source is going to be mainly... Oh, fuck, I might die. I might die. No. Come on. There we go. Come on. Don't do this to me. Oh, no, I'm gonna die. Yep. I'm dead. Come on. I might be able to make it. Oh, it's gonna be close. I shouldn't have stopped attacking. Yeah, I shouldn't have stopped attacking. Oh well, it was a contested waypoint anyway. Fuck it. What a way to start off a Revenant build, huh, guys? Or not Revenant build, but Revenant explanation, huh? Anyway, as I was saying before, with the build that I'm using, which is sword, axe, and staff, your main damage is going to be enchanted daggers, and unrelenting assault. And enchanted daggers, it's got a 30-second cooldown, while the unrelenting assault has a 12-second cooldown, and I've got a little bit of a rotation for that, but it all depends on how low your health goes in fights. And your staff is mainly used for CC as well as group heals. I can't remember if it heals you. I'm pretty sure it does. I haven't really checked that out. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to go check that right now. I'm going to go see if it heals you real quick before I get into any further explanation, because I don't want to, and I just jumped down to my death. Yay! I still have not learned Verdant Rank that well. It's actually quite confusing to me. Just because you got so much linear, however the fuck you pronounce it, so much, you know, up and down, as well as, I bet there's something going on with that. It looks like a jumping puzzle. Yay! Let me get over here. Is there anything in TOT bags that are worth opening? Fly right there. I love that. Do a couple bounces and then be like, oh, nope, I'm not gonna die. Okay, right here. I'll test it on this guy, actually, or not. I'll test it on this guy. Come on, hit me. Hit me. Okay. 17. Wrong one. Okay, so yes, that does heal you. Said that, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go into that as well. Block, block, block. Does that really do damage? Okay, so that does do damage. So everything with the staff does some kind of damage, and Surge of the Mist is going to be your main burst damage for the staff, as well as a good CC. And this is what I was talking about with the CC, because the the Surge of the Mist, actually, if you get up on an enemy like this, it'll push them back and interrupt them all the way. And then you can switch, and then your Enchanted Daggers, as well as the Unrelenting Assault. And as you can see, I just melted the 180. And I killed a little, you know, little flying thing over there. So, let's get into the core fundamentals and stop listening to me chanting, or cannot talk. I'm half asleep over here, guys. So let's go over the build real quick. Okay, so the build I'm using is somewhere. Here it is. Okay, I've got Devastation, Corruption, and Retribution right now. Of course, you got the Mutilated Defenses, Targeted Destruction, and Focused Siphoning. So whenever you strike a foe, you have a chance of applying Vulnerability, which is really good because that will already apply Vulnerability. And it's actually pretty decent condition duration with that. And this is with your sword skill. And with your Saf, you have the only conditions you have is the weakness on your punishing sweep, and you don't really, I mean, you gotta time it pretty well for that one. If your foe's using an ability when struck, so you gotta time it well if you want to get that weakness in. It's alright, but it's more for a PvP thing in my opinion, because I mean, weakness, it's not gonna have a lot of applied stances in PvE, and then you got the blindness, and that's about it for the staff. But anyway, back to the specializations. So you got Mutilated Defenses, and it's a 25% chance to trigger, and you're going to be hitting fast, especially with the Legendary Assassin's stance. You got Targeted Destruction, deal increased damage to targets with vulnerability. That's where a lot of your damage is going to come from as well. So you're going to want to auto attack a lot with the sword to apply those vulnerability stacks and hope that that procs and get a lot of vulnerability. This build focuses on having a decent amount of vulnerability stacks on your on your enemy. And then you have focus siphoning. When you strike foes that have vulnerability, you siphon life from them, which is also an added bonus. To get into the other traits, I took. I actually see a lot of people going for several different ones. Malicious reprisal. I don't really see a use in that unless it's for PvP and you're going up against somebody that blocks a lot. But in my experience in PvP, I don't really encounter too much of that. So that's almost useless right now, in my opinion. Some people, you know, it's not useless. Excuse me. It is, what's the word that I'm looking for? Can't think. I can't think, and I'm not going to sit here and waste my time on it. I'm using Ferocious Strikes, gain increased ferocity when dual wielding weapons, plus 100 to ferocity. And right now my ferocity is at. I'm on ferocity. Where are you? Okay, there it is. Increases critical damage. So mine's at 590 right now with 189%, and I'm in the middle of an event. Oh well, if I die, I will. So that's 189% additional. I'm not too sure what the highest is, but I'm still trying to figure out this build. This is what's been working for me right now. And then you have the Vicious Laceration. You can choose either one of these. They work great. When you attack while wielding a sword, gain a stack of Vicious Laceration. This can be stacked up to 5 times, and it just deals extra damage is all that it really does. So I generally go for the increased ferocity because I do crit a lot compared to one of the other builds I've got. I've got a 41% critical strike chance, but it really feels like I've got a much higher percentage just because from how much I see myself critting. Into our other traits, you've got Jade Winds, which in my opinion is useless. I almost never, ever use Assassin Elite. Almost never. Never use it. Unless I'm fighting a bunch of stuff and I'm trying to get the hell out of dodge, I will almost never use Jade Winds, so I don't really see too much of a point in that. And then you have Assassin's Presence, increases ferocity of all nearby allies, unless you're going into. My nail is acting up. Unless that'd be pretty decent for PvP, just to give your allies that extra critical damage, because in boss fights, unless they've changed it, which I haven't really been reading up on, you can't crit bosses. I'm sure it might have changed, and if so, somebody please correct me, but from my experience, you can't crit bosses, so that's just useless. That would be 2. And in any event, if I'm going up against a boss, definitely use Vicious Lacerations. It'll help you a hell of a lot more better. I'm actually, for this build, this is just for PvP meta stuff until you get to the canopy where, you know, you can do all that stuff. This is the build I'm using. Gain might when using assassin stance skills. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 10 stacks of might right there. But with the Revenant, you can't just boom, 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 boom and use them all. You've got your. I really don't know what the fuck that's called. I'm sure it'll tell me somewhere. Will it tell me somewhere? I don't think it's going to tell me somewhere. Fuck it. But you can't just, I mean, you can. It's not going to do it because I'm not in. Fuck. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so you gain a little bit of stack application there, which really helps when you're, you know, running around solo in a group. It really adds to the power behind it. And then you have these 3 abilities right here. Dismantle fortification skills that disable foes, remove an additional stack of stability. That is mainly going to be for your PvP right there. That's perfect for PvP. You go up against somebody that stacks and stacks stability a shitload, that is going to be one of your biggest ones, especially with, let's see, is that apply for shield? Stun, daze, knockback, pull, knock down, sink, float, fear, launch, or taunt. So, okay, the only one that would fucking hell really work with is the Surge of the Mists. But, so, unless you can find another build around this, you know, that'd be pretty good for PvP for you. And then you have Assassin's Annihilation, siphon life from foes when hitting a foe from side or from behind. Boss fights. Seriously, that's all boss fights right there. While you're soloing and you're just, you know, going in there and fighting foes one-on-one or one-on-one or 1-on-3 or 1-on-4, however you do it, you're not going to be able to get behind or on the side of a foe for very long before they zero back in on you. So that's not really good. What I like is Swift Termination. Increase damage to targets below the health threshold. So this is all about damage. I've got the vulnerability, I've got the increased ferocity, damage with vulnerability, gain might, siphon health while they have vulnerability on it, and then you got the finishing Swift Termination. Corruption is for the demon stance with all the conditions. The sword has more conditions that help you, so you're mainly going to be in sword unless you need to put out some skills, because as soon as you switch over, you're going to gain all that percentage back. Invoke. I'm just going to call it invoke. You're going to gain all that invoke back. So you can start another round of skills, and you're going to most likely use all of your sword skills while you're in the assassins, if your enemy isn't dead. Like say it's a veteran or a champion, most of the time you're going to just burn through all of those. So demon stance, I normally take up the staff. That's where I use my staff for the knockback as well as the blind, because that blind, when you block, it really helps. So that's another condition that I use. Anyway, critical hits have a chance to cause torment, and that's a 33% chance, and that goes really well with the unyielding anguish as well as the elite skill for this. So you've got 1, 2, 3. You got 3 torments right there, and then you can just kite, and it deals, you know, it deals a good bit of damage, because you're going to be pop, 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 pop. You're going to be just porting around everywhere. I do it several times myself. It drives me nuts because I can't figure out where the hell I am. For the next one, you have Venom Enhancement. When you apply Torment, you also apply Poison, and Poison lasts longer. So, not only are you tormenting them, you're going to be poisoning them every time you torment them. So that's critical strike chance, you're going to poison them. With that one, you're going to poison them, and you're going to chill them. And then with that, you're going to let's see, summon, transform, increase all, and pulse torment. And I think it's a 1 second. Yeah, it's a 1 second interval. So every second while you're in your Embrace the Darkness, you're going to be applying torment and poison. So that is 200 damage. Let's say just baseline, they're not moving. 200 damage plus another 353 damage that I've got. I don't know how y'all are going to be speccing. Y'all might want to go, you know, full condition, because this could really go both ways. It could go condition, it could go power. This is just what I'm using until I can get my Herald, and once I get my Herald, I'm going to be knocking my conditions off. I'm not going to be using the corruption at all. I'm sword, shield, and staff, or hammer is what I'm mainly going to be using. So I've got a pretty good, you know, condition damage right here. And then for those, you'll gain resistance for a short ability. So PvP right there, you go up against something kinda heavy, or you know they're going to be kinda heavy. You see a lot of necromancers, a lot of classes that'll put a lot of conditions on you, thieves. Pop that down and throw up your elite skill and demon stance, and you get a little bit more survivability with that. Replenishing despair, also good. Incoming conditions provide you a small amount of healing, so there's more condition survivability for you there. But for this one, I'm going to be going with the Venom enhancement. And then you got opportune extraction. Striking a foe gives you a chance to remove a boon from that foe. PvE, it's not really that good, but PvP, it's pretty good. I just have it there because I gotta take it. And then you got the Bolstered Anguish, increased damage for every condition currently on you. So you're going to want some conditions applied to you. From where I've been, I do have a good bit of conditions being applied to me, mainly from the frog shits that are blade dancing motherfuckers. I hate those goddamn sons of bitches. So, you know, that Bolstered Anguish has really been helping me out. What would also do good, I found, is when use Banish Enchantment. I've got to read this again because I haven't used it in a while. Use Banish Enchantment when striking a foe that has boons. Okay, so that wouldn't really be good. Good in PvE either. You don't really see a lot of foes with a lot of boons on them. That's mainly for PvP as well. This one is really good for your PvE, just because if you need to kite them, you can kite them, because you do have a good bit of long range abilities with the sword and a lot of getting away ability. So if you're about to die and you don't have health, like you saw at the beginning of the video, I could have easily ran away if I had that on there, get a couple stacks of shield on there, bolted the hell out of dodge, but I didn't. So if you don't find yourself with a lot of conditions on you, I'd go with that Frigid Precision. And then Yearning Empowerment, your torment lasts longer. I mean, why not? And then you got the Maniacal Persistence. Increase your critical hit chance every few seconds. This bonus resets when you land a critical hit. This is one of the main reasons why I've been landing a lot of crits. That right there. And that's why I really like this one, because you're going to want that high crit hit, because you have so much riding on it. Like that, the Frigid Precision, as well as the Mutilated Defenses, those are really going to be good for your critical, or good for your solo play, just because it adds a little bit more survivability and you can take your enemies down a lot faster. Burn foes when using an elite skill. I don't really use my elite skill too often. I honestly don't. I'll use my demon when I'm in a veteran fight or a champion fight, but other than that, I don't really use my elite skill. And that's the dragon stance, the embrace the darkness. I don't really use it too much unless I'm in a big fight. Pulsing pestilence. Chance when struck to copy all conditions currently on you to nearby foes for a few seconds. So that would be good for PvP if you're going up against a lot of PvP, and you know you want to put that up to chance. That'd be a pretty decent one to have. It's all right. I've tested it out. It doesn't trigger as much as I would like it to. I think they might need to up that just a little bit. Maybe not 50%, but somewhere in the middle, in my opinion. I can't remember what I was going to say, so fuck it. And then you got the Retribution, which is a straight fucking line. You've got Enduring Recovery, gain endurance, so survivability, Unwavering Avoidance, gain stability after you dodge, more survivability, and take reduced damage below the health threshold. So when you're 75% health, you're going to be taking a lot less damage, which is awesome for survivability. And since I'm going to be keeping this line, as well as the Devastation, and when I add in Herald, that's going to be really good for when I'm actually got my Herald. And then you have Dome of the Mists, I think, or maybe it's Planner Protection. I can't really fucking remember. Falling damage, doesn't really apply to me right now. I'm not falling down too much, and if I am, I'd be stupid to die from that because you got fucking wings now. Improved aggression, taunted foes deal less damage to you. Really good if you're in your dwarf stance because that's the one that you're going to be taunting in a lot. So what I'm using is close quarters. Foes that strike you from further away than the range threshold deal less damage. So rangers aren't going to hurt you a lot more. The frog rangers, they're not going to deal a lot of damage to you, which is really good. Because those frog rangers are a pain in my fucking ass. I can't stress y'all how fucking they're just assholes. And then you got eye for an eye when disabled by a foe. When disabled by a foe with stun, daze, pull back, blah 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 for a short duration and gain protection. So you taunt it and then you'll gain protection, which is awesome. That could go very well with improved aggression, but just from my build and me running the gain retaliation after I dodge, because I'm dodging a lot, I'm constantly dodging to gain retaliation, gain stability. I'm constantly on the move when I'm playing my Revenant. I'm actually very surprised. I thought I'd be more standing still and just poking at them with a damn sword. And then you have Dwarven Battle Training. Chance on hit to apply weakness to your foe. Incoming weakness applied to you has decreased effectiveness. That, in my opinion, would be a lot better in PvP, just because weakness doesn't really apply too well in PvE. From my knowledge, if that's changed, okay, whatever, have at it. And then you got Empowering Vengeance. Gain might when struck under the effects of retaliation. That one would go very well with the retaliatory evasion. I've got the Versed in Stone. Chance when struck to use Right of the Great Dwarf. Right of the Great Dwarf also reduces incoming condition damage. So you've got a, what is it? Okay, so at 50%, okay, so it doesn't give you the chance percentage. But if that Right of the Great Dwarf procs, then you're going to be taking 50% less damage from conditions and physical damage done to you, so that you'll be able to live more. And that has saved my life quite a bit of times. And then you have Steadfast Rejuvenation. Chance when struck to heal yourself. 50% chance with 389 healing. I didn't really see too much of a point in getting that unless you want to beef up your healing stat a shitload of the way up. It'd be a really interesting build. I might make a video on it just to see how much damage you can take, because that'd be a really good tank build, because from what I've seen, you can tank pretty well in this build. It's probably going to be increased once you get the Herald and you'll get that shield because you have that block. So once I unlock Herald, I might make a tank video just to see how much damage I can take before dying. Why the fuck not? But that'll be a later video. But yeah, that's the specialization I'm using. 1-2-1. 3-1-2 and 1 or 2-2-2. However you want to look at it. I don't know how they're doing it now. I haven't really looked on meta build a lot because Revenant doesn't have anything. So yay. So hopefully this will be able to help you out. I am going for a full Berserker build here. Just got to get rid of that one. But yeah, so that's my build, and in the next video I'm going to show a little bit of gameplay with the Revenant, so that way it looks a little bit more, it'll make a little bit more sense what the hell I'm talking about, because I probably made that a little confusing. But at least you got a decent build. So, hey, this has been Rilikb. I hope y'all have a good day. If you like the video, please like, comment, do whatever you want to do. Don't bother me too much. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.